Live from Fred DeLay Gymnasium in Jackson, Tennessee, Flow Sports proudly presents Gulf South Conference basketball as the undefeated Union Lady Bulldogs host the always powerful Valdosta State Blazers. Hello, everyone. I'm Steve Beverly, welcoming you to this afternoon's telecast. A matchup of two teams that have twice made it to the NCAA South Regional Finals against each other on this very floor. Lady Bulldogs being introduced, that's Shanique Lucas and Jazzy Anusin. Deandra Shermer's Blazers are once again one of the top contenders in the Gulf South. They're 8-2 overall, 5-1 in the conference. And then the Lady Bulldogs of Mark Campbell are playing a game that some observers say they have never seen before. Union 10-0, 5-0 in the Gulf South. They're ranked number 4 in the nation and averaging 101 points a game. And Friday night on Flow Sports, we saw them continue running roughshod over the conference, a 100-60 victory over a much-respected West Florida team. And among the names you'll hear this afternoon, junior Khalifa Ford, who is the leader for Valdosta State, averaging 14 a game, and she gets a lot of help from Alicia Curry and Emma Martin. And then 5 Lady Bulldogs were in double figures on Friday night, led by 19 from freshman Courtney Jensen. The Lee sisters, Macy and Olivia, continue to dominate both inside and outside. Senior Lauren West was also hot on Friday night with 4 3-pointers. And the question today, can the surgical defense of Valdosta State slow down the juggernaut that Union has been in the first third of the season? We'll find out right now. Let the games begin, and the Blazers get the early tip. Union will play and right through everyone. That's what we talk about, how this Valdosta State offense will give Union arguably its toughest challenge of the season. And driving down and drawing the foul right off the bat is Zinson, and she'll go to the line for 2. This Lady Bulldog team has been notorious for putting up, in the first quarter alone, points in the 30s. 39 on Friday night. And she nails the first one. But this Valdosta State team always seems to have the measure of Union, and even on this floor that is usually so friendly to the Lady Bulldogs, it can be a rather, shall we say, blood pressure-inducing moment. But they will play full-court pressure all game long. Jumper. That gets the friendly bounce, the Plinko drop for Khalifa Ford, and that's why she's one of the top players in the entire Gulf South Conference. And from the corner, Shanique Lucas. Big bomb 3 to put the Lady Bulldogs on top. But this is one that you expect that in the fourth quarter, it's still going to be a question mark. Long bomb 3, the answer shot is there for Emma Martin. One key that so many teams have failed to deal with against Union early in the season has been the fact that they just get out to such a large lead that it becomes almost impossible to challenge them. That 3 is off the mark. If Union is cold from 3-pointers, that could also be a big factor today, and there's a turnover. That's the first one of the afternoon. And the jumper, that one was just a little bit too much energy on it from Olivia Lee, who is a freshman for this Union team. Her sister Macy is a junior transfer from Samford and traveling, going down to the deck. So that's the second turnover. Union has been forcing an average of 30 turnovers a game against their opponents. And the other thing, Mark Campbell will shuttle players in and out, sometimes an entire lineup of 5, almost every 2 minutes of the contest, if not sooner. And he has full confidence in whoever he has out on the floor. senior Lauren West, who's setting that screen right there, she's one who can pull up, and she's a streak shooter. And that one, Union was very fortunate, but the shot clock is kicking down. They got to hurry, and they give it up. You're hearing a lot of noise from the Valdosta State bench, and the Blazers do have a few fans and parents who have made the trip here to Jackson, Tennessee today. I had a chance to speak to Deandra Shermer right before the game, and I said, you've been here so many times, we feel like you're family. Except the family goes away when the athletic competition starts. Now, one of the finest people as well as an outstanding coach. Shiley Morrison almost hit the end line, and in fact, I think she did. So Union gives it up for the second time. And they make it very, very tough on you to get the ball inbounds. Great ball handler is Francis. And that went right into the foot of Leah Cauble, who is one of the graduate students on Union's team. She's been here for her whole career, but decided to come back for one more because of the extra COVID year that the NCAA provided. The key for Valdosta State is to keep Union from getting on one of their long early runs, and that's one way you do it, is to get on a run yourself. And Searcy, with the turnaround, makes it a 9-5 game. And on the inside, and the foul is going to be charged to Searcy. That's the second team foul against the Blazers. Union will play it underneath. West is going to try to drive the baseline. And with that fake, got the basket. She's one of these I will not be denied type of players. And if any of you follow the game of basketball, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And they've got multiple ones of those. And that bounce pass was not on the line because the foul was charged to Lauren West. And here comes most of the original five back in, except for Keely Robinson, who will spend some time at the post with this unit. A rare Sunday afternoon game here at Fred DeLay Gymnasium. We will have another upcoming during the season, and that one just went astray. Deandra, an intense coach, but boy, she loves her players. And we've enjoyed seeing her here and her team during particularly the regular season, but also the NCAA South Regionals. Big bomb. Yes, sir. Courtney Zinson, who was red hot with 19 points Friday night. They're going to have to hurry to get it in, and finally did. And managed to get it across with about 1 second to go. Union makes it very difficult with this all-court pressure to get your offense aligned. And the corner, there's an answer shot right there. Emma Martin now with 8, and she is the game leader. And look at the drive. Macy Lee, that's what she's noted for, and she can switch hands, and she can go inside and outside, and the foul is charged. They'll play it underneath. They were not in the act of shooting. These teams looking forward to having Christmas week off after this one today. And went right into the hands of Francis. That doesn't happen often to Lucas, but that's because this is such a tremendous, as we say, they are holding their opponents to 54 per game. They are double tough. They do not panic when they get behind in any game. And that's just trademark of Deandra Shermer teams. And that one's going to be a foul on Keely Robinson. They will play it underneath. I'll tell you, that is one of the beautiful campuses in South Georgia. And I think we got timeout. We'll take it, and I'll pick up on that thread. It's Valdosta State on top by 2.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Mark Campbell, and he had his team prepared. This was going to be an extraordinarily tough one this afternoon. You don't go on the floor with anything that has V-State across your shirts, jerseys, whatever you happen to be wearing, and not expect a dogfight, and it is going to be one this afternoon, unquestionably. The fact that Deandra Shermer has one of the lowest defensive averages in the country at 54 a game. It just shows you what you face every time you come onto the floor with the Blazers. I happen to be very familiar with that campus because that's where I went my first 2 years of college, about 60 miles from my hometown, and some very, very fond memories of my time, even though it was many moons ago, at Valdosta State. At that time, it was college, but now university. And that one just got between the defenders, and an excellent job of splitting them. And Ford with it. The three is off the mark, but the offensive board, the quick-handed Shanique Lucas. And foul charged on Shanique's drive. Each team with 3 team fouls here in the first quarter. The young lady you see there, Jazzy Anusin, has been a huge addition to this Union team. Graduate transfer from San Diego. One of the more unselfish players that you will see. That one had no arc on it whatsoever for Macy Lee. And this is one thing, and from the corner, the three is there. How about that? Jordan, who just came into the game and traveling, taking a step before she moved, was Leah Cauble. And so Union seems to be a lot more out of sync this afternoon. This is a rare situation all season long that they find themselves 7 down in the first quarter. And the Blazers have been able to break this all-court pressure, and they got 2-on-1. That's where the vulnerability is. The bank was too hard. And trying to drive it all the way down, but they'll kick it to the outside. No. Iron unkind for Macy Lee, and that's been a rarity that she would be down. And look at this. Left-hander. That was a down the stretch and an easy one for Jordan, who's picked up 5 since she's been in. Union down by 9, and that is the largest deficit that the Lady Bulldogs have faced all season. And that foul will be charged to Jordan. That was a quick touch foul. So Mark Campbell shuttles some players in and out. Sometimes he'll take a whole unit of 5. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 or maybe 4. And let's see how Mark plays it. They work a lot around the perimeter. They've had a hard time penetrating the inside. And down to 3 on the shot clock. So the turnover, and Union has committed 5 of them already in the game. And there they go. This time, Union's going to not pick it up. It's going to be off. No, they go the other way. It looked like it was off the fingertips of Leah Caudle. But they're going to go back in the other direction. So Union with a chance to capitalize. High arcing 3, and she was robbed and tipped out of bounds. Union will play it. Shiley Morrison, good ball handler. She's a good court general as well. As we say, the Lady Bulldogs have not been able to penetrate the inside much, and in that situation, drawing the foul was Brooke Hampel. Just couldn't get it up high enough off the glass. Again, another solid addition to this Union team. And that foul was charged to, we got to take a look on that in just a second. And Brooke connects. And Union had a dry spell of nearly 4 minutes before that free throw. But Mark Campbell values these games because he says a team like this will expose every weakness that we have and will show us what we have to do to get better. So he was very happy this game was scheduled before the Christmas break. Valdosta State was in Memphis on Friday night against Christian Brothers. Getting under the 2:30 mark, big bomb. Off the mark, but the offensive rebound, which has been critical, comes to Jordan. They go to the deck. And it's going to be Union's ball, and we see the appearance. He finally has his cowboy hat back. Cowboy Curling, who is maybe the best known floor cleaner in the entire Gulf South Conference. And he got his name, Cowboy Curling, because of the hat and because he cleans the floor like he is engaged in a curling match in the Olympics. I'm sure we'll see him many more times this afternoon. And that was pure speed down the middle for Emma Callis. So that's the first opportunity this afternoon that Union has been able to get a 4-0 run. It's one of the lower scoring efforts that Union has had in the first quarter all season long. They had 39 on Friday night against a good West Florida team. And trying to drive it high off the glass is not there, but the follow will not go. A third opportunity doesn't. Oh, a trifecta of misses. That does not happen often. Curry had 2 quick shots at it. What a block! Trying to go down the middle with it was Olivia Lee, and she just had it swatted away. From the corner. Nope, off the end of the backboard. Tempo is being picked up. And once again, that left-hand curl layup for Callis that she does so well. Union with 6 unanswered points. And underneath, they're going to try to turn around with it, and the iron was unkind for Jordan. Union with a chance to close it to within one. Oh, too high. And that was a case of expecting a cutter who didn't cut. So here comes 5 new ones in for the Lady Bulldogs for this final 41 seconds of the first quarter. But after falling back 19-10, they've done a solid job of connecting this one and tipped away. It'll go right back into the hands of the Blazers. They can work it down to 12 seconds on the game clock. The officials having a conversation. And I don't think it's anything that is critical other than I think they're looking at the shot clock at each end. Yeah, they were on 20, and so this will be 27. And I think they have it recalibrated, as we would say. And here we go. Well, we think they have it calibrated. Each of the shot clocks say 27. And this is one of those awkward moments that gets almost like a morgue in this gym when people are not certain. They're taking a look in our direction, and I think okay, now they had to reset the game clock to 38.4 seconds. That's where we are. Almost stolen. Boy, a low center of gravity, and the foul is going to be charged. Well, as it turns out, it is an offensive foul. No, it isn't. That foul is charged to Zinson on that drive. It was a little bit of a bang-bang play. So now they have the opportunity to potentially go for the final shot of the first quarter. I'm going to take that drive up the middle, and it was knocked away, and it's a foul. That's going to be on Macy Lee, her first, and so that sends the Blazers to the line for 2. So at the line is Emma Martin. So far today, and this is the first time that Valdosta State has been to the free throw line. So far today, Emma is the game leader with 8 points. She had a hot early going on the season. Emma hasn't been to the line much. She was 3 out of 4 before that shot for 75%. Transfer from Utah Valley University. Gets the second of the 2, and so Union with an opportunity for the final shot, and they're going to face some all-court pressure. It's going to be a challenge for them to get one up, but underneath with the fake and traveling, they say that Shanique Lucas took a step before she went in for that patented curl layup of hers. So Valdosta State is going to see if they can capitalize. And this is going to be, I don't think she's going to try it. It would not, I don't think that would have counted because she hesitated too long to fire it up. So, a rarity for this season in that Union University is trailing at the end of the first quarter. Your score, Valdosta State 20, Union 16, back with the second quarter.
Your life.
Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
A reminder that about 25 minutes after this telecast ends, we will be back here for the men's half of the doubleheader. It should be a very even matchup between the Union Bulldogs and Valdosta State's Blazers, and that'll be at approximately 4 o'clock. We'll be coming your way with that telecast. As we mentioned, Christmas week, these teams are looking forward to having some time off and somewhat revised themselves from some of the bumps and bruises that they have had. Union will actually play a non-conference game on the 28th, and that will be against Tennessee Southern, the former Martin Methodist College. And that school was taken over by the University of Tennessee and has become a Southern branch. And so Union will take on Tennessee Southern on the 28th. We'll have it for you right here on Flow Sports. Union with the first possession of the second quarter. And underneath, and Houston just could not get it, hit the bottom of the backboard. Big difference in this one. Union has been cold in three-pointers this afternoon, only 2 of 6. Valdosta State, 60% from behind the arc. And underneath, moving with the defender, and the foul will be charged to Lauren West. That's Lauren's second. Leah Cobble's going to check back in. Instead, that foul was charged to Courtney Zinson, and so she's going to sit down a while with 2 fouls. You've got Cersei and Long with 2 each for Valdosta State. And Cersei misses the second one, and they're going to lose it. That was a valiant effort to try to retrieve it after the missed free throw. It's a different tenor for this Union team not being able to make their. And that one was just too much of an extension and a stretch, and it's going to be jump ball in the alternate possession to the Blazers. It's been, as I say, a different tenor for Union not being able to make the all-court pressure work as it has against all of their opponents so far this season, because at this stage of the game, you would usually see them with a 12 to 15-point lead. And this is no surprise to us because we've just seen the kind of coaching job Deandra Shermer does against some of the toughest competitions in America. Fans wanted an over and back violation. Jumper, again off the back of the iron. And Shanique Lucas, who is just, she's like a bullet as fast as she is. She gets a one-on-one matchup. Don't be surprised for her to take it down the lane. And Houston, we haven't seen that too much this season from her, but nails a big 3 to close the lead to within 2. It's only the third three-pointer this afternoon for the Lady Bulldogs, but they've got about 7 players who are very skilled from behind the arc. Valdosta State has done the best job of any team all year in breaking Union's all-court press. And foul away from the ball, and it looks like that's going to be on Shanique Lucas, and that is her first. Union's already committed 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes of this second quarter. So Shanique will sit down for a little bit, as will Macy Lee. Union's leading scorer has been held scoreless so far. They've done a good job of taking her out of her game. And a curl hook will not fall. Callis the rebound, and Houston so quick. But as we say, she's a very unselfish player unless she has a very clean look. Turnaround, left-hand hook hangs up on the lip. Callis just could not make it fall. And getting a friendly drop was Ford. She had a better idea, and I'm borrowing from an old slogan from that company. Faking the three was Underneath the left hand to the right hand, and that goes to Hampel to lay it in. Leah Caldwell faked the three beforehand. So it's back to a 2-point margin. Now this is going to be a one-on-one situation, but they kick it back out for the bomb. In and out, and trying to scramble to save that rebound. They got a 5-on-3 situation. And traveling. Once again, Hampel took a step before she moved in with the drive, and that cost Union its 9th turnover. That's another thing that's been happening, and sometimes what happens is the defense of Valdosta State, they'll start shuffling their feet, and it makes the offensive player just simply make that kind of mistake. They'll take that step. It's almost like a false start in football. Wide open underneath. That's one of the vulnerabilities of the all-court pressure, is somebody like Jordan can be lurking way back on the backside, and there goes the bomb. Short. You almost knew it from the minute it left her hands. Union 3 of 8 from behind the arc. And that's going to be an over and back. That was just out of the range of Francis. We did not expect a major turnout this afternoon on a Sunday, but it's better than we did expect, to be honest with you. And on the side of the gym that you aren't seeing conventionally, a really good line of folks have come out this afternoon. That foul is going to be charged. Let's see, he's going to make that one on Francis. That will be her second. So they have 3 players already with 2 fouls in the game. So Shiley Morrison to toss it in. And right through the defender, and the left-hand layup for Callis. She's now Union's leader with 6. The game leader is Emma Martin with 9 for the Blazers. And, boy, you get 4 hands in your face there, and it is so hard to compensate. The rebound coming off to Olivia Lee and trying to go all the way down, and indeed doing it. Brooke Hampel. We are tied at 25. Union has clawed its way back. They were down by as many as 9 in the first quarter. Bomb is there. How about that one as an answer? And Union commits its 10th turnover of the first half. They'll send Keely Robinson back in, and Callis will check out. Callis 6 points, 4 rebounds. You've had 5 Blazers and 6 Lady Bulldogs to score in this contest. This Blazer team, they're great ball handlers, and the 10-second violation. They just simply could not get anybody open. So that's turnover number 8 for the Blazers. And Olivia Lee will check out for Union. And let's see how Mark Campbell plays this one. Got Lauren West back in there. Yeah, Hampel, look at the drive. And she had it knocked away. Clean block. And the foul will be charged on the backside. They're calling them pretty tight this afternoon. And we got timeout with 4:45 left. Valdosta State still on top of Union, 27-25. Back in a moment.
Is Old Frosty on its last legs? Don't wait until it's old and cold. Give your home and family the gift of comfort. A new York HVAC system with a free 10-year parts and labor warranty from McCoy's Heating and Air. Get the security and savings of a 10-year parts and labor warranty free with the purchase of qualifying systems. So you and your whole family can celebrate in comfort with the gift that keeps on giving. A new York HVAC system delivered by Santa and his merry team of technicians at McCoy's Heating and Air.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Well, the Andrew Sherman's Blazers were on top by 4 after being up by as many as 9 in the first quarter. That was at the end of the quarter. They were up 20-16, and now Mark Campbell's Lady Bulldogs have closed again to within 2. They managed to tie the game. Union's only had one lead, and that was about 4 minutes into the contest at 10-9. And then they gave up 10 unanswered points to the Blazers, and that's why this thing has been so, shall we say, steadily even. And some of the fans here, we've got a number of parents of Lady Bulldog players who are here today because some of them are going to be taking these young ladies home for Christmas. And they'll have to be back early the following week to get ready for Tennessee Southern. Blazers again, and that one just a wild pass off of the hands of Jordan. But I tell you, she's fun to watch because it doesn't matter if you have a mistake like that or if she gets a basket. She has got a consistent smile on her face, just very infectious. And Lauren West will check out, and coming back in is Courtney Zenson. But both of the Lee sisters have been very quiet in this game, and that's two that they have got to have to start contributing. And Houston. And the bank just will not go. This has been a rough afternoon for Macy Lee. She just simply has not, almost stolen. Shanique Lucas will do everything she can to pick up a loose ball right into the hands, and let's see if she can hold on to it. And a foul on the backside. Excellent defense on the part of Zenson, and then she was fouled. So it'll be Macy Lee to toss it in. She has just had a rough time getting the ball to fall off the bank and drop in. She's averaging 15 a game. There's the drive. And again, she has just not been able to get it up high off the glass. Part of that is the defenders are making her rush her shots. All right, they're going to have a 3-on-2 situation, and the jumper is right there, softly delivered by Ford. And VSU back up to that 4-point margin. And trying to drive it underneath, and again, Macy Lee has to be the most frustrated player on the floor. They have really scouted her out. That's the first foul on Ford. So Macy will go to the line with an opportunity to get her first point of the game. She played her high school ball right here, as did her sister, at Trinity Christian Academy. In and out. This is an afternoon like Macy Lee is just not accustomed to. Finally gets on the board as the lead is cut to 3. Macy has been at Samford for her first 2 years, and then she decided to come back home to Union. And no, they're going to call a defensive foul on that one. They say that she did not have defensive position. So it's charged to Ann Houston. And Union keeping 3 in the backcourt, and they finally get it through. Blazers have so much talent on this team that it doesn't matter who Deandra Shermer comes in with. And just stop and pop, that sudden one by Ford, that's why she has the leading scorer totals on this team. High arcing 3 for Macy Lee, and again it will not drop. She's had her looks at the basket, but the threes are just not falling today, and she's been rushed when she's under the basket. And the Blazers now have a chance at a 3-possession lead, and fans wanted a double dribble. They did not get it. Traveling underneath. So the Blazers commit their 10th turnover. Union has given it up 11 times. Union has a 9-7 edge in points off turnovers. Well, this is looking definitely like it's going to certainly be Union's lowest scoring output of the season. And it's because of that surgical defense that VSU employs. And you can see how they spread them out. Lee's going to work one-on-one again and try to go left-handed, and again is pushing it too hard. And I can see Mark Campbell over on the bench, and he hasn't seen this happening from Macy Lee this season. We're under 2 minutes. Quick release. 3 is iron unkind. Lee with the rebound. Trying to get some urgency. That was a bomb that probably shouldn't have been put up. Alternate possession will go to Union. Lauren West put one up from about 32 feet. And she was not exactly positioned for it. And the officials are going to talk things over again. They're looking at the clock. It will be a 20-second possession now. So Lauren West checks back out and Olivia Lee back in. Macy trying it again. And again, it hangs up on the lip. If you've ever seen somebody who is a talented player have a nightmare afternoon, this one is not. Ford now with 10, but Macy Lee is having one. She's missed 5 layups in the game, and it appears that there is a foul away from the ball. That will be the 4th team foul. Emma Martin commits her first. And once again, going to try it this time, and it still will not drop for Olivia Lee. Foul is charged to Francis. That will be her 3rd. So she will check out. With 64 seconds left, now Macy Lee, whose only point came from the free throw line, she has missed all 7 of her shots from the floor today. And I can tell you, nobody feels worse about it than Macy. And you can see that she's a bit rattled by the fact that that free throw ended up short. Got the second one, so Union has closed it to 6. And they're scrambling to find somebody open. And this team very crisp with its passing. Now, this would be big for them to go to the locker room with a 3-possession lead, and they're going for it all. And indeed, they did. Whalen with her first 3 of the game. Union cannot play for the final possession. And again, this defense has just been tenacious. And the basket is there. They are up 11 on Union. Union has not seen a defense like this all season long, and they are making every 18 points off of Union turnovers. Big bomb. Yes, right at the horn. That was big for Union to not be 4 possessions down, and Houston, who is not a regular three-point shooter, connects with her second one of the game. And so 38-30, the Blazers are on top. And Union's 10-game winning streak to start the season is in, shall we say, more than serious jeopardy at this point. Let me give you the rundown on the scoring for Valdosta State after her late prowess on the floor. Khalifa Ford is the leader with 12, 6 out of 9 from the floor, and you would expect that from her. 11 points for Emma Martin, who gave them the strength during the first quarter of play. She's 4 of 5. This team is shooting 55% from the floor. And then the young lady who was brought in as a reserve, and that is India Jordan. She has 7 points on the afternoon, and she's just been all over it. Just been a tremendous spark plug for this Blazer team. For Union, they have 3 players with 6 each, and Houston, who just hit that 3 at the end of the half. Brooke Hampel with 6, and Emma Callis with 6. But the Lee sisters, Macy and Olivia, have been held to 2 each. Actually, Macy has the only 2 between them. Olivia has been held scoreless. And between the 2 of them, they are 0 for 10 from the field, and they have missed 7 layups between the 2 of them. It has been, as we say, a twilight zone afternoon for Macy and Olivia Lee of Union. Well, teams have gone back to the locker room, and we will take a break to let you visit with some very important people that we like very much because they make it possible for you to see these games on Flow Sports, and those are our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll give you all of the totals of the teams here at the half. Stay with us.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Your life.
Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Until Jazzy Ann Houston's three-pointer right at the end of the first half, Union had given up 11 unanswered points to the Blazers. It will be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Mark Campbell makes, and he has been known to do that in the second half. Let's look at your halftime statistics. And so many of these categories that are on the edge of the Blazers tell the story of this one. Union 35% from the floor, and that is 10 of 29. That's somewhat uncharacteristic of this team. Valdosta State, 16 of 29 for 55%. They're being surgical in how they're doing it. 3-point field goals. And here is where Union has had much success in the first half of many of their meetings this season in their 10-0 start. But today, 4 out of 11, 2 of them by a player who doesn't shoot many threes, and that's Jazzy Ann Houston. And 1 each for Courtney Zinson and for Shanique Lucas. And as we mentioned, the 2 Lee sisters have not been able to connect there. In fact, they have not connected on a field goal so far. Free throws, not a big factor in this game right now. Union 6 out of 8 for 75%. The Blazers 2 for 4 for 50%. Rebounding, Union a very slight edge, 17-16. And 6-3 is their edge in offensive rebounds. Turnovers. Here's a big key, is that Union so often this season has already had 15 to 18 turnovers that they forced on the opposition, but today they've committed more. Union's given it up 12 times, and that has led to 18 points off turnovers for Valdosta State. That is a huge factor in this 8-point lead that they have. Valdosta State has given it up 10 times, and Union has capitalized with 12 points off of that. And so you can see how the pendulum has swung in the direction of Valdosta State. And a big key in this second half is, can Union turn it around when it comes to shooting from behind the arc with its players that they typically expect it to be? It is what you usually find with a Valdosta State team is that they make you do things that you are not typically and conventionally doing in previous games during the season. We did have a game here 2 years ago in which these two teams went to the locker room and Valdosta State was up by 18. Union rallied and won it in dramatic fashion. It's not quite that big of a hill to climb at this point, but you've got to believe the third quarter is going to be a major, major key. Because that third quarter is, we always call it moving quarter, just like the third round of the Masters is called moving day on the PGA. You just have to know that for so many teams that are in a deficit, that third quarter is the one that you got to make your move in. You can't afford against a Valdosta State to wait until the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter and expect to make a dramatic rally. They typically will not allow that. And so far, they have not allowed Union to play its game. Valdosta State has broken the press almost every time down the floor. So that's where we stand up. Again, we remind you that coming up this afternoon at approximately 4 o'clock, we'll have the men of these two schools, Valdosta State against Union, right here at Fred DeLay Gymnasium, and that'll be on the Flow Sports app, so we hope that you join us for that. We'll be off all next week with Gulf South Conference action, and then we will return right here on December 28th. It will be a women's-only game as Union will be taking on Tennessee Southern, and either they will have to start a new winning streak or they will come from behind today and start trying to extend that streak, which they hope will be 11 games at that point. But Valdosta State is going to have an enormous amount to say about that before the afternoon is over. But join us on the 28th. It will be a 5:30 tip-off, and we'll have it for you right here on the Flow Sports app. And to all of you who are watching this afternoon, on behalf of me and our entire crew from our production company, which is the BallGame Blitz Sports Network, and for all of those at Flow Sports, we wish you an extraordinarily Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We hope you enjoy it with friends and family, and that you'll experience the true warmth and love of this season. And we sincerely send our best wishes for a marvelous Christmas to all of you, wherever you happen to be. We're only about 25 seconds away from starting this third quarter. And another big factor for the Blazers is that Khalifa Ford, their leading scorer, she got off to a bit of a slow start, and then she started pounding it home in the second quarter. And she is the game leader with 12, and Martin has 11. But Union has nobody in double figures, despite the fact that they have had 7 different players to score. Another one who has not been able to connect from outside is Lauren West. The Blazers will have it to start the third quarter, and getting that first basket would be huge for them because it would send them. And already 5-second clock violation. That is not the way they wanted to start the second half. So Union with a quick opportunity to try to slice into this lead. And Houston, one of the fine ball handlers in the entire Gulf South Conference. Macy Lee was rotating around there, calling for it again, but underneath and overshooting it again was Macy. And this one's going to be a free ticket. Layup is there for Francis. That's her first basket of the game, so that's a 4-point turnaround. I don't know that I have ever seen, and a big bomb, 3 is not there again for Macy Lee. Union gets it back. in all kinds of traffic in the paint. And that's an offensive foul. Just trying to do too much herself was Anusin. That's her second foul, and so Valdosta State is starting out just as they did in the first half. And they're just making it very difficult for Union to penetrate on the inside, and when they have, Union has not been able to hit layups. That is 10 layups that Union has missed this afternoon. And right between the defenders that time resembled the way Union has been playing this afternoon, not being able to get it underneath. Blazers will have it. Mark Campbell is the kind of coach, though, that he says we need to be challenged by the best. And that's exactly what is happening this afternoon. That's off the mark, and Union not over there to get the rebound, and Shanique Lucas tried to save it. That was actually Ann Houston over there trying to save it. 10-point lead. Now, Union trailed in the fourth quarter against West Georgia and made the rally to win that one over in Carrollton. And West Georgia has been very tough on teams in this conference. And Cersei getting ready to toss it in. And they had to get a little bit of moisture off the floor. The crowd is trying to call out the time. And that one just hung up on the iron. That is a long bomb, but it is there for Courtney Zinson, and they needed something to be a wake-up call. Back into that all-court pressure. And they finally get it across. Mark was doing it more with 3 in the up front rather than all 5, and he's got his substitutes getting ready. And that pass went astray, trying to get the bounce pass in the paint. They were trying to connect up with Emma Martin, and it just went too far wide. So Union forcing turnover number 12 on the Blazers. But as Mark Campbell will tell you, it's trying to get points off those turnovers that are critical. Otherwise, you just waste them. Back on the inside once again in the paint. The curl bank is there for Callis. They're beginning to get their timing a bit. 40-35, Union 5-2 the edge in this third quarter. They're double teaming that ball tenaciously. And that one, high bank that goes through for Cersei. She has 5. And losing it on the inside was Hampel. Couldn't make her spin move. And the big bomb. Oh, it was short. It looked like it was right there from our vantage point. This has been a quickly played third quarter so far. Big bomb, and she was just absolutely off balance on that one, was Lauren West. Union 5 of 14 from behind the arc. And you got a collision, and that's going to be a foul, and I think that is going to be on Emma Callis. That would be her second. The only Valdosta State player that's in any even moderate amount of foul trouble is Francis with 3. But this is one game that Union just has not been in sync at all, and a lot of that can be credited to the Valdosta State defense. How about that? The way she just willed that basket home. Curry. And Union just cannot penetrate the inside. Callis trying to find an opening. Too high. They're being rushed and they are forcing them. And they had a 2-on-1 situation, and that's going to make it an 11-point lead. And you wonder if they don't get one here and give another one up if Mark Campbell does not take time out. And a reach-in foul on Curry, and that'll be her first. So Union will play it underneath. But this has been, you just have to say it right from the start, this has been all Valdosta State this afternoon. Curry will check out. West takes the tumble. 15 turnovers now for Union. Look at the fake. Very quick reaction for the block. West from behind, timing it well and getting the block in. Here comes another 5. And Macy Lee is leading them. And stop and pop jumper is off the mark. Zenson the rebound. And she thought about driving it all the way home, but they are so quick. That 3 from Ann Houston just hung up on the top of the iron. And traveling is called, so that's turnover number 14 for the Blazers. But an 8-5 edge for Valdosta State in this quarter, and they have led Union in every one of the 3 quarters so far. And this is one of those games, if Union has any hope of coming from behind, they've got to get some stops and attempt to shave this down to about a 5 to 6 point lead going to the 4th. And so far, we haven't seen evidence of that. The bomb, nope. Threes are just nowhere today for Union. 5 of 16. Francis, good ball handler. And tried to get it on the inside. It was just too far out of the reach of Whalen. That was one of those you better be there passes, and unfortunately, Aaron Whalen just could not get there fast enough. And again, another layup missed by Lee. Timeout is called. So it is still Valdosta State absolutely dominating Union 46-35 back after this.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Well, if you're Mark Campbell, it's hard to figure what kind of bag of tricks that you can pull out right now, because this team has missed 11 layups today. When you are in that kind of situation, it is very difficult to make a comeback, and particularly with the intense defense that Valdosta State is playing. VSU's only loss was by 4 points to Lee University in the conference. Their other loss was to nationally ranked powerhouse Eckerd College from Florida. So it is a ball club that has played a very tough pre-Christmas schedule. And so going up against the nation's number 4 team has meant no problem for the Blazers. And you just sense on the expression on the Lady Bulldogs' faces a sense of frustration, because it has just not been able, and that one too far outside. So that's now 16 turnovers for Valdosta State, and we'll take time out. Blazers still on top, 46-35. Well, Deandra Shermer has proven during her tenure at Valdosta State to have answers for some of the toughest teams in America, whether they're in the Gulf South Conference or whether it's in the NCAA South Regionals. She usually has a game plan and an answer for the strengths of that team. And as Mark Campbell has said so many times, it's exposing the weaknesses of Union, that if the threes are not dropping and if you can't hit layups, then it doesn't matter what kind of intense all-court pressure that you do on defense. You've got to be able to make shots, and that has not happened. Union 32% from the floor to 53% for Valdosta State. And Valdosta State has picked up 9 points off of Union's turnovers. But it's the points in the paint that have been so solid, 26 of them for Valdosta State, which means they're penetrating the inside. Lucas for the three. That's her second three. She had the first three-pointer of the game for Union. And again, you've got 3 up front defending. And with Lucas's speed, she's trying hard to neutralize Ford. Underneath. Bottom of the backboard, so Union with a chance to capitalize. Finally, a layup for Macy Lee. She is 1 of 11 from the floor. And out of the timeout, Union has picked up 5. That's the first time this afternoon they have genuinely been able to get the crowd into it. Under 3.5 in the third quarter. Look at that reverse layup. How about that from Cersei? And the answer at the opposite end very quickly. And Union finally getting a tempo and a rhythm that we have not seen this afternoon, but they still trail by 6, and Lucas has become a whirlwind out there, knocking it away. She's going to check out. So with 3 minutes to go, Mark Campbell gets a different unit in there, and this includes Olivia Lee and Leah Cauble, as well as Emma Callis, and also Brooke Hampel. And you got to watch for Martin lurking around there and trying to get a breakaway underneath. That foul was charged to Leah Cauble. That's her first. That speed of Valdosta State is just so difficult to, and look at that. Stop and pop forward. That's why she is the talent that she is. 16 points. That spin blocked. That is not something that Callis has been accustomed to this season, is that curl layup being blocked. And now they're under 10 on the shot clock. Reverse is blocked. It was a dangerous bounce pass inside to Olivia Lee, and they tried the reverse layup. Now they only have 4 seconds to try to put one in. The lob is quick. She's going to have to fire it in, and she can't. Olivia Lee might have been better versed to put that up herself. In desperation, she tried a bounce pass into Callis, and 30-second clock violation. And here comes a juggernaut right here. Look at this 2-on-1 situation. And the bank is there for Jordan. India with 9. And just like that, they're back out to the 10-point lead. They have dictated tempo in this game, and that is huge for why they're up by 10. Blocked, and the foul. That will send Callis to the free throw line. But based on the way the tempo and the construction of this game has gone, you just have to believe Union is going to have to try to get this one down at least inside double digits, to get it into the single digits to have a chance to make a run in the fourth quarter. Callis with 9. She could be the first Lady Bulldog in double figures if she connects here. And does. So it's still a 3-possession lead for the Blazers. And they have just been past masters at dealing with this huge. How about that against? I mean, that's as strong a one-on-one defense as you can have, and Martin was equal to the task. Morrison in all kinds of trouble and throws it away. And there you go, the handoff to Francis. And this Valdosta State bench has just been huge over there, cheering on their teammates. And again, a desperation for Olivia Lee, but they get it back down. And Shiley Morrison makes it a 10-point game again. West and Macy Lee getting set to check back in. That one's short. And this could be a big one for Union because they want to try to get it down inside 3 possessions. Because you don't know how many, and that one just went nowhere. You never know in the fourth quarter how many possessions, and there you go. India Jordan. Lady Bulldogs were asleep, and she capitalized. And Morrison with the 3. And you can bet the Blazers are going to try to hold this one unless they get a clean one, and they do, and she was fouled. Same thing that happened on the previous possession is they left India Jordan wide open. And this young lady, and you look at her totals for the season, she's only averaging 3.5 points a game, and already she has 11. She has been a huge factor for this Valdosta State team this afternoon. And just so energetic. Hit it. Valdosta State continuing 57% from the floor. Pounds it home, 60-49. Union's going to play it for the final shot. They just want to get in there under double digits, and now they're going to have to hurry. And Houston, her speed took that one in. And just as she did with a three at the end of the half, she gets the final point of the third quarter. And so Union trailing Valdosta State 60-51. This is going to be one of those that probably the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter will tell the tale. And we'll be back to tell you the story after this.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Well, Mark Campbell, a 5-time national championship coach in NAIA and in the National Christian College Athletic Association. And he has taken a Union team to the NCAA Division II Final Four. But matching wits with DeAndre Shermer today has been a huge, huge challenge. And this is where it has to happen. And we said perhaps the first 4 minutes would tell the tale because Valdosta State has won every quarter. Even with Union's rally at the end, Valdosta State, and on the drive, the foul. That will not be a shooting situation. So Shanique Lucas getting ready to send it in. And Macy Lee, who has just had a miserable afternoon by her standards, and that one's well short. And Union has not been able to get many second chance opportunities at the basket. That's knocked away. That's the 17th turnover for the Blazers. Got the screen. A long one that is off the mark in Lauren West, and it got off of the foot of Francis. So Union got a break on that one. But as we talked about, the key is you just don't know how many possessions that you're going to get in a fourth quarter where you trail by 3 possessions. And underneath, finally another one for Macy Lee. So they're down 7. And the key for Valdosta State is not to begin playing not to lose, but continuing to do what brought you to the dance this far. Francis backing away. 8 on the shot clock. Boy, look at her low center of gravity. And look at that. Overshooting it, but they get the offensive board, and that is the 30-second violation. That ball did not touch the iron And Deandra Shermer is arguing the call. And I think they may come over here. He's going to go over and take a look at it. No, he's not. It looked as though he held his hand up, and it looked as though he was going to go over and look at the replay, but he did not. So Union now with an opportunity to cut it to a 2-possession game. And underneath, going through it. And Houston with 10. So Union with the first 2 baskets of this fourth quarter. But a lot of work has to be done. And nobody home to pick up. She could have camped out all day with a Coleman stove, and Martin with 16. Trying the answer shot. No, way too long. Excellent stretch by Francis for the rebound. You cannot leave this Valdosta State team that wide open. Down to 11 on the shot clock. And trying to go right underneath, and it hit the bottom of the net. Gambling pass, and at this stage of the game, that was one that they could have ill afforded. She was expecting someone to be open over in the northwest corner, and they were southeast. Checking back in for Valdosta State is Aaron Whalen. So here comes Cersei to toss it in. And every time Union makes even a small rally, it appears that there's a steal. Valdosta State typically extends it back out to 10. And again, this intense man-to-man pressure has really, and now wide open. And again, Callis cannot make the layup. 13 layups Union has missed in this game. And you go back and you think about, you can't rewind the tape on any of it, but out of 13 layups, if you'd had even 5 of them to connect out of those 13 that you missed, you'd be leading the game. And it's a steal. Bomb. No. They scramble underneath and go into the deck hard. And timeout is called. Union still up by 8, down by 8. We'll be back in a moment.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Well, Deandra Shermer today, if you want to see what her team has delivered, it is actually a little bit over the norm of what they do in all of their categories. 55% from the floor, 42% in three-pointers, and 67% from the free throw line, a little bit less than usual, but they have picked up 29 rebounds to 28 for Union. Union is not usually a team that is out-rebounded. And even with the 20 turnovers, they have still managed to collect 15 points off of Union's mistakes. So here we go. Lady Bulldogs will play it. 19 on the shot clock and an opportunity to close it back down to 6. Morrison is open in the corner, but they're not going in that direction right now. Down to 10 on the shot clock. And right in the middle of 2 defenders, and Macy Lee was very fortunate to draw that foul. Lauren West to check in, and Houston to check in. Morrison and Zinson to come out. At a new 20 on the shot clock. But the time and block. What a block from behind. Absolutely amazing, the kind of play that we'll be seeing out of both Francis and Emma Martin. But instead, they charged her with a foul. It looked like a clean block, but so here we go with Macy Lee at the line, 2 of 4 today. Got it. The lead is 6. And Union bringing everybody up on defense. Almost stolen. Tell you what, Shanique Lucas, she'll go all 40 minutes. She doesn't now with this shuttle system that Mark Campbell has, but she can be a 40-minute woman if she has to be. And trying to drive inside, and it's blocked, but the foul is charged to Lee, and you can hear what the locals think about that. So Olivia Lee, pardon me, that was Macy Lee charged with that one. And her facial expression told the story of her reaction. Here's Taylor Searcy, 1 of 2 today from the line. I'll tell you, this young lady has been very impressive, just steady across the board today. And a 78% free throw shooter. You got to keep it going while the clock is stopped to extend that lead. Jordan will check out. And Ford is back in for Valdosta State. Turn around and losing it. And again, trying that curl move, and the defense has just been intense on Macy Lee today. It's almost as if she's been tentative with that shot that is her bread and butter. And they finally get it across with 2 seconds to spare. Big bomb. In and out. And Lucas clobbered on the backside. That's still not a shooting foul. That is the 4th team foul on the Blazers. But Union not making a lot of progress in shaving this lead. India Jordan will check back in for the Blazers. And coming out will be Francis. Martin with 16, Ford with 16, Jordan 13 for the Blazers, 10 each for Callis and Anusin for Union. And again, driving on the inside of the lane, but they get 2 hands in there on her, and that will not drop. And I want you to see India Jordan as she just rifles her way in there. Alternate possession will go back to the Blazers. I mean, she may be the smallest player on the floor right now, but she's in there fighting for every rebound. Union again with that all-court pressure that has just not been as effective as it has been all season long. Look at the crisp passing on the part of the Blazers. And that foul is going to be charged to Lauren West. That'll be her 2nd. And Deandra Shermer trying to line up her defense back down the floor. after this possession. They'll play it underneath because that's only the third team foul on Union as Cowboy Curling does his antiseptic work. And on the drive, the foul on Ann Houston, her third. Emma Callis has 4 fouls for the Lady Bulldogs. Going for the long one. In and out, and she had the range. Martin was right there. The iron just was not friendly. Knocked away. So Union will play it. But the time and the seconds clicking ever more off this clock for a Union rally. On the inside, trying to go backdoor with it, but Callis had no room whatsoever. And hanging up on the lip again. That's the 15th layup the Lady Bulldogs have missed today. And that is the story, and that's another chapter. And the foul. Khalifa Ford, 18 points, and that one was huge because it's now a 4-possession lead. You can see how well that Valdosta State has scouted Union today, and the way it has been a steady performance all game long. From that first quarter, when it was 20-16, but then when they had the 8-point halftime lead, and they just never have surrendered it. Union with 10 on the shot clock, but just cannot penetrate the middle. Lucas, no. And the foul on the backside is going to be charged to Martin. And that puts both teams in the bonus now. And Courtney Zinson will go to the line. And the young lady from Dunlap can get it back to a 3-possession lead. But when you're talking about that, that's 3 3-pointers at this stage of the game. And they're going to have some stops that they have not been able to get. So Cersei will toss it in, and Union again is going to press full court, and they got to be careful of somebody sneaking back down the floor to get it. And there you go. That's what it is. It's Ford. That's how you beat the all-court pressure. It's exactly what we were expecting Ford to do, and she broke in, and now with 21 points. Underneath, and again forcing it was Houston. So we'll send it back down to the free throw line with 3:43 remaining. Shiley Morrison to check in, and Houston will come out. Cersei at the line for 2. This would put her in double figures if she gets even one of them. Valdosta State has stayed in that 55% range shooting from the field all game long. In and out. But a big key today, Union only 35% from the floor and 29% in 3-pointers. Got the friendly roll on the second one. So they're going to have some miracle magic to be able to come from behind in this one. And Lucas could not get the Plinko drop. Union will play it on the alternate possession. Or are they calling a foul? Yes, they are. That's going to be on Long. So Shiley Morrison will go to the line. You'd have to say Union's going to have to get any free throws from the line down this stretch, and also would have to get, I would estimate, at least 3 to 4 stops that you convert into baskets. And with 3:26 to go, there's not going to be much time left. We'll be back with that final 3.5 after this.
Your life.
Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCH, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Well, if anything is true about this one, at least in the first 36.5 minutes of this game, Union University has been humbled because it had been just almost a whirlwind the way they went through their first 10 opponents. But the first 10 opponents did not include Valdosta State, a team that they have seen on this floor many, many times, and there have been intense battles in the 10 years that Union has been an NCAA Division II school. And this VSU team has come in prepared, ready. They've obviously looked at game tape quite well, and they've been able to escape Union's all-court pressure. But now the key again is, can they get any stops? And stolen. That is not what they wanted to see at this stage of the game. But Union has to get points off of that. And wide open, getting right through everybody and overshooting it again. 16 layups. Union will play it out of bounds. 16 layups. It has been ages since I have seen a Union team miss that many right off the glass. And now under 3 minutes. You can't take 20 to 25 seconds on every possession and make a comeback as you need. And Lucas had it snatched away by Ford. Ford's defensive ability is another area where she is totally underrated, and that's where it showed up once again. Brooke Hampel committed the foul. That's her first, and so at the line will be Ford. 21 points today. She's only been to the free throw line once. 84% free throw shooter on the season. She tops her team in that category, which you would expect. And Khalifa Short. But this young lady is just, you know, she's going to be on the all-conference team at the end of the season. She has just so much ability. And this is where Union has to get urgent. And try to get it inside to Macy Lee if they can. And just nowhere to go for it for Zinson. Now they're under 10 on the shot clock. Lucas. And the cylinder had eyes there, and it just wouldn't drop. Union 27% in three-pointers today. Another big story for them. And again, look at Jordan. Jordan is inexhaustible. I mean, she's a fun player to watch, but she just doesn't stop moving. Now they're going to have to hurry, and they take the drive, the pop and fake, and it's a 30-second clock violation, but I don't think they really worry about it at this point because we're pretty close to saying this one is in the bag for the Blazers. It really would take a miracle pill right now for Union to be able to send this thing to overtime. Oh, my. Right down the middle. It doesn't drop. She'll go to the line for two. Zinson today, 2 out of 7 from the floor. The hard category today has been, though, for Macy Lee at 2 out of 13. She has just had a day that you just write off on the books with this one. And it's there, Zinson with 11. She leads the Lady Bulldogs with 1.5 minutes to go. And Sales at home again. So Keely Robinson will check in and Macy Lee will check out. And there you go. It's going to be the battle. And getting it to fall again is Francis. The home run pass has connected at least 4 times this afternoon for the Blazers. And the curl and the foul. Hampel gets it. It may be a bit late, but she has a chance to cut it to 8. Mark Campbell still has 1 timeout remaining. So Hampel connects. 74-66. And there you go. There's the fly pattern once again. And Ford is not going to be stopped except by the foul. And that is about all that Hampel could do. Macy Lee will check back in. And this has taken also Mark out of his usual strategy of trying to substitute as many as 4 or 5 players in the game as much as possible. So at the line, Khalifa Ford. Today she's been 10 of 16 from the floor for 63%. She's topped everybody in that category as well as in scoring with 23. And make it 24. So this is one of those Lady Bulldogs that have got to go down and try to get something within about 10 seconds. And Macy overshoots it again. And they scramble, and the foul will probably be charged to Lucas. Nope, they charge it to Macy Lee. That is her 3rd. She and Lucas were trying to get a steal. But Valdosta State will go to 9-2 on the season, and now it'll be a logjam. Lee University will have the lead to itself in the conference. Valdosta State and Union will be a game behind. And she nailed it. And Houston's going to try to stop and get somebody open. And the three's just not dropping this afternoon, and let's see who the foul is on. That one is going to be on Whalen. Only her first, so Macy Lee will be at the line, and if she hits these two, she will actually end up in double figures this afternoon. But our player of the game unquestionably would be, to no one's surprise, Khalifa Ford, 24 points, 10 out of 16 from the floor. She's 4 out of 5 in free throws and has had 3 assists and 3 steals and a blocked shot. You're not going to top that for a performance, and both of them miss. And they're going to slow it down. They'll go to the line for 2 as Union is trying a valiant foul strategy that will not bring them back in this game. Francis to the line. She has 6 today. She's not been to the free throw line. This Valdosta State team has been 13 of 17 for 77%. But just as they have been all game long, it seems like every time we look at our stats, 55% from the field. And that's almost impossible to stop. We'll run down some of the other scoring for you. Martin with 16 and Searcy with 10, and Jordan, India Jordan with 15. She's been a monster on the floor today. And Macy Lee connects. She has 10, and I think this is going to be a timeout to bring substitutions in. And we're in the final 36 seconds of play. But player of the game today, unquestionably, Khalifa Ford for Union. 12 for Courtney Zinson, 10 each for Macy Lee and Houston, as well as Emma Callis. And Valdosta State's going to take a timeout. We'll take one, too, and we'll be right back.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
So on an afternoon in which it has been Valdosta State only fell behind one time, and that was 3 minutes and 45 seconds into the game at 10-9, and then they rolled off a 10-0 run. And since that point in time, Union came back and tied it at one point. But it has been what you would just have to say is a dominant performance for the Blazers. And they're going to get some of their bench players in that don't get a lot of action. And also coming back in is India Jordan, who, again, as we said, we've been very impressed with her today. And Mark Campbell as well, bringing in a couple of other reserves off the bench. And this will be one of those games that they learn from. And knowing Mark Campbell as I do, there will be a lot of video study of this game about what did go wrong. And Emma connects on both of them. And Union trying to get it up to 70 if they can. And just not steady in the balance, and a foul from behind. And we remind those of you watching us on our Flow Sports app and network, about 25 minutes after we say goodnight from here, we will be bringing you the men's half of this doubleheader between Valdosta State and Union, and the players are in the entryways getting ready to come onto the court for that. Cersei, 12 rebounds in this game today. She has done a little of everything. 4 assists, 2 steals, 10 points. They have just come with their A game today, and that's what you have to say about it. And that one's going to reel off. And let's see, Union is just backing off, and Valdosta State is just going to skate the game timeout. And Deandra Shermer and her Blazers came ready, and they delivered. So this is Steve Beverly saying, so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee, where the final score was Valdosta State 83, Union 68. This has been a presentation of Flow Sports, the Gulf South Conference, and its member institutions. Good afternoon and Merry Christmas, everybody.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Is Old Frosty on its last legs? Don't wait until it's old and cold. Give your home and family the gift of comfort. A new York HVAC system with a free 10-year parts and labor warranty from McCoy's Heating and Air. Get the security and savings of a 10-year parts and labor warranty free with the purchase of qualifying systems. So you and your whole family can celebrate in comfort with the gift that keeps on giving. A new York HVAC system delivered by Santa and his merry team of technicians at McCoy's Heating and Air.
Live from Fred DeLay Gym in Jackson, Tennessee, Flow Sports proudly presents Gulf South Conference basketball. Today, the Union Bulldogs host the Valdosta State Blazers in a conference matchup. Hello, everyone. I'm Steve Beverly, welcoming you to this afternoon's telecast. It's a confrontation between two teams that have had their ups and downs in the pre-Christmas schedule. Valdosta State comes in at 5-5. But the Blazers have struggled in conference play. They're 2-4 and have dropped 3 of their last 4. Coach Mike Helfer's Blazers had a tough outing Friday night in Memphis as they fell 88-57 to Christian Brothers that has been really toppling a lot of teams around the conference. The Blazers have been staying even with their opponents, though, scoring 79 per game and giving up 79. They're led by 6'8 junior Caden Bozer, who's averaging 14 points a game and 6 rebounds. He gets a lot of help from Braxton Williams and Lee Flinner, both of whom average 10 a game, and Flinner is the top rebounder. Union is 4-5 on the season and 1-4 in the Gulf South. But the Bulldogs finally broke through with an 86-84 thriller over West Florida Friday night. Coach Dave Niven says he hopes that the finish over the Argos will be something Union can build on for the rest of the season. Senior Jeremiah Littlepage was a firebrand in the first half Friday night with 23 points. He was held to a single point in the second half because of foul trouble, and that's something he wants to avoid this afternoon. Junior Ahmad Johnson leads the team in scoring with 16 a game, and his backup comes from talented freshman Jordan Pike with a 13-point average, and senior J.T. DeBuck with 10. And Friday night, junior transfer Isaiah RCA Victor was a mainstay down the stretch against West Florida. Well, on paper, these two teams appear even. We'll see if paper matches reality as Union host Valdosta State. J.C. Clossy, a former Union Bulldog, being introduced. And then you've got Latrell Tate. And here comes Bozer. He's the big gun. And then Union on this rare Sunday afternoon contest at Fred DeLay Gymnasium. J.T. DeBuck. And Lance Sarver, who saw a lot of reserve time last year, but that's Jordan Pike. He's got a rooting section over there known as Pike's Peak. There's Lance Sarver. And here's the big guy, Jeremiah Littlepage from Birmingham. And Parker Applegate. His folks have been here for the weekend. These teams are going to have a couple of weeks off after they finish here today. And I know that is something that they all look forward to, including the coaches and their families, because they can have a little quality time as families before they start second semester right after the first of the year. And to all of you watching on our Flow Sports app this afternoon, Merry Christmas, everybody. And we won't have a chance to tell you that until after the holidays, so we'll get that greeting into you today, and I hope you enjoy the warmth of the season and all the love that goes along with it. It is going to be Rucker to jump it with Littlepage. And let the games begin. It goes to the Blazers. And in case you did not get to see the women's game, it was Valdosta State ending and the bank shot goes through right off the bat for Rucker. It was Valdosta State ending the 10-game unbeaten string of Union's Lady Bulldogs, 83-68. Sarver with a bomb, and it doesn't go. But they recover it when the pass had very little authority. Going to try another long one, and that time it delivers. Jordan Pike and his Pike's Peak followers. I think they only have 4 of them here today, and he's going to steal another one. It's a 2-on-2. Sarver gets it all the way down off the assist. So Union going to a fast tempo and also some strong defense to open this one up. You got to know that these teams are a bit tired after the long stretch they've had in November and half of December. And they'll be looking forward to a little bit of that time off to get some of the bumps and bruises to ease a bit. Going for the bomb again. Iron unkind, and the rebound to Bozer. And this is a big guy who can handle the basketball very well coming down the floor, as well as being a strong post player. Jumper, fall away. Iron again, unfriendly, and DeBuck with the rebound. This is a guy who has a very low center of gravity. Sometimes he plays recklessly, but he can make things happen on the floor. And they go inside to Littlepage, who they really, and it was tipped away in the back. Excellent defense. And traveling. Dragging the foot a bit for Latrell Tate. So that's the Blazers' second turnover of the afternoon. As Coach Dave Niven will tell you, though, you've got to make points off turnovers or else they're really useless. Littlepage, who actually was hitting from beyond the arc the other night, not his strong suit. And he has really perfected the soft touch off the glass in Union with 6 unanswered points. Had he not gotten into foul trouble, a big bomb there is way off the mark. Had Littlepage not been in foul trouble in the second half, he might have had 35 on Friday night against West Florida. And they take it around the horn once again. This team will try to get screens to get inside and get behind those defenders in the paint. And you can see how Union was switching off. And the Bulldogs will play it. They're getting set to bring in Yvonne Prug. Pike will come out. There's another big sign down here to the right of us in the stands of some people who are calling themselves Pike Nation. And the jumper from DeBuck. Perfect form, and Union with 8 in a row. And foul from behind, and that may be on JT. So I think he thought that was his best ticket with no fouls committed so far. His best ticket to stop what would probably have been a sure layup. So Rucker will go to the line for 2. Rucker averaging 8 points a game and 6 rebounds on the season. Bozer, of course, at 14.5 per game, and he's one of these that he can go at it 40 minutes if he needs to. So that ends Union's 8-0 run. Prug, who didn't see a lot of action on Friday night. Big bomb. Nope, off the mark. And bouncing off his defender, Bozer. He just has that physical ability to will the ball into the basket. He's going to be tough to stop this afternoon. And that was not, I don't know if that was a shot, and Little Page just could not get the dunk. And the fall-away jumper is there. So Tate with his first basket, and all of a sudden, Valdosta State is on a 5-0 run. And blocked away on the upward flight of the ball by Rucker to deny. And the 3 back at the opposite end for Tate. So Valdosta State is on a run now. 8 in a row after falling behind 8-2. And DeBuck again, this time connecting. 5 for JT. He has that outside presence. Trying for the answer shot, just a little bit too much on it for Bozer. As we say, he can go inside and outside on you. And he's trying it again. Well, that was about a 30-footer that floated off to the right. But JT apparently has confidence in his long-distance shot this afternoon. Blazers slow the tempo down. They like to play a very up-tempo game if they possibly can, and this game may be decided. That fall-away jumper, as we got a seesaw game going now. This game is probably going to be decided by the team that does dictate tempo. Wide open in the corner and off the mark. Flinner with a rebound. And there they go. He's going to work one-on-one against Little Page and tries to get the hook, and he does. So Flinner with his first basket. On Friday night, Union blew leads of 12 and 11 and still managed to hang on for an 86-84 victory over West Florida. And this thing has gone on so long, and from behind, nice drive by Applegate and the foul. And we'll shoot his free throw in just a moment after this timeout.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Our next telecast from Fred DeLay Gym will be on Thursday the 28th as the Lady Bulldogs will try to get back on the victory string against non-conference foe Tennessee Southern. And that game will be at 5:30 right here on the Flow Sports app. We hope you'll be with us for all of it. And Dave Niven is in that first time out situation. It's just basically a time with a game that is going back into seesaw like this, is just making sure your team remembers the game plan and continues to stay steady. Same for Coach Helfer with Valdosta State. And here they come. So trying to complete the three-point play is Applegate. It's tough when you have to wait for the timeout because it's almost like icing the shooter at that point, and it indeed did as he missed it. Blazers have had some of the similar problems that Union has had against the early conference schedule. And it was a rough Friday night for them against Christian Brothers. And this afternoon, Christian Brothers is just going bonkers over West Florida. Fall away, doesn't fall, and it's going right back into the hands of Prug. And the three is there for Isaiah RCA Victor. And Union playing some good defense in the paint at this stage. Victor had some very strong moments down the stretch for Union, made a critical steal in the final seconds against West Florida. And on the drive, the foul. That's only the second team foul on the Blazers. And they send in some subs, as does Dave Niven. Dusan Jordovic will check in as well. Jordan Pike coming back in. And they also have Gar into the game. And the fake in. The dish off, and Jordovic could not get it, and these volleyball tips are not going to help because Valdosta State came away with it. And you can look and see how Bozer is trying to get open on the side, and that one just went nowhere, may have actually been tipped. Quick drive. Look at the quickness on the part of Gar. He does not get a lot of playing minutes, but he tries to make the most of it when he's in. Union 18-14. They're on a 7-0 run. And working right between three defenders, and Flinner had it blocked. And Victor. Yes! RCA Victor makes it a 21-14 game. In Union, 10 unanswered points. So the Blazers trying to slow the tempo a bit and try to work more for screens on the inside. Blocked! Outstanding defense on the part of Pike. And he's open for one. No, iron unkind. And Williams comes down with a rebound for the Blazers. And he's going to take it inside the paint and connect. So Williams with his first two of the contest. And stop and pop three just doesn't have enough range on it for Gar. And very, very quickly played first half so far. We've had only 3 fouls called in the contest. And he just willed that one, he thought in, but Djordjevic bothered him enough that it didn't fall. And here we go with Victor again, trying to set the stage on the offense. Working back out on the perimeter. They're under 10 seconds on the shot clock. And inside, and the turnaround is there for Djordjevic. They worked every second off the clock that they could, and overshooting it was Williams. And so here comes the Bulldogs with a 3-on-3, but now they got to slow it up. But quick release, and Victor had it to rim out. Flinner the rebound. He gets a ton of those. In fact, he's already got 5 in the game so far. He will crash the boards all night long. And again, slower tempo. They don't want to fall behind in this one. 3 possessions. On the inside, and let's see if it's going to be Djordjevic or if it's Pike. And so we got timeout on the floor. Union leading it by 7. More in a moment.
Your life.
Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Coach Helfer diagramming a play for his team right here. This is a team that does not panic when they get behind, and they try to be very, very steady, rely on their defense to try to bring them back into games. And even though they come in with a 5-5 record, they've had at least 3 other games that they have been in almost to the very end. Dave Niven is also regarded as one of the fine defensive coaches in the Gulf South Conference. His team's many instances, defense has allowed this team to rise above the talent that he has. This is the youngest team that Dave has had since he has been at Union, and it has been for him a challenge to see how this team is gelling in the early going. He's got 5 freshmen and 3 sophomores. So that puts a little bit more pressure on the upperclassmen for leadership because they don't have a lot when it comes to experience depth. And Eisler connects. That's Mike Eisler. He's transferred from Tallahassee Community College, which is not that far from Valdosta, Georgia. And he's from Albany, Georgia, which is just a short piece up the road from Valdosta, Georgia. And if you wonder how I know that, it's because I grew up in Waycross, Georgia, about 60 miles from Valdosta, and I went to school at Valdosta State my first 2 years. So that's home area for me. And they're over talking again to the scorer, and I think they're satisfied with the discussion. Now we're ready to go. So Gar brings it down. They're giving a lot of this bench player And wide open is Victor. Yes! Victor with his third three, and he is beginning to impress a lot of people with what he has done this weekend. Trying the answer shot. It is there. They're raining threes here as Williams hits. Victor has already matched the total that he had on Friday night with 9. And tripping foul is going to be called. I got to tell you, Pike takes a lot of spills during the game. And we got another timeout. Union still up by 5. Enjoy this message.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
This Valdosta State team plays on a very beautiful campus in deep South Georgia, just probably no more than 10 minutes across from the Florida line. And there are palm trees there, as there is all through the city of Valdosta. A place that is known as Titletown, USA, because of the many, many state championships that Valdosta High School has won in football over the years. Dave Niven has been the steady presence for this Union University program since he took over back in the previous decade, actually 2 decades ago, from Ralph Turner, for whom he was an assistant. So we're about set to go, and Victor will toss it in. As we say, don't have many Sunday afternoon games here in the Gulf South Conference or in Jackson, Tennessee, but we're glad we could bring this to you this afternoon. And Littlepage kicks it outside, and the big three is there for Gar. And you've had 7 different Bulldogs that have scored in the game. 6 for Valdosta, and the answer shot does not fall. And Union on the bicycle once again. And trying the bomb again, and the bomb falls. Sarver with 7. Valdosta State takes a 30-second timeout. Why don't we do the same thing?
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Well, the Bulldogs, you can see the expressions on their faces. They are playing rather loose and energetic today. Valdosta State has made a couple of runs, but Union has extended it out to an 11-point lead, the largest of the game at 32-21. Valdosta State had a lead at 14-11. Since then, Union has been on a 21-7 run. And That is going to be a defensive foul, and I can tell you Pike does not like the call. And Dave Niven has one of those grins on his face that I'm sure he's not laughing about it. And multiple substitutions come in for the Blazers. Another cameo appearance by the guy with the black hat and the red shirt, Cowboy Curling. As we mentioned during the women's game, he got his name because he wears the cowboy hat and also he cleans the floors as if he is in curling competition in the Olympics. And the turnaround is there and the foul. So Rucker with 5 and a chance for a three-point play, as we often say, the hard way. And he's from the state capital of Atlanta and nails it. Bulldogs can play both types of tempo, and it's open. The three is short, hung up on the iron, and it's an over-the-back foul. Still not in a bonus situation. Each team with 4 team fouls as we are approaching the 6-minute mark in this contest. Littlepage has been relatively quiet as opposed to, and he's going to get this one. They didn't even try to challenge him when the defender went too far. They just say, okay, it's yours. Jeremiah's only his fourth, and look at the block. Well timed by Applegate, and Union retrieves it. Big bomb. Yes! Union fans have not heard much from Gar this year, and that one's off the mark. Tipped out by Littlepage once again, and the Union bench is going nuts over across the way. A 13-point lead, but you got to remember, this Valdosta team is capable of comebacks, and they have done it many times. Chance of defense. 10 on the shot clock. And just warded off the defender, and the foul is going to be charged to Flinner. That's only his first. So Union will play it underneath. And a little bit of trash talking going on between Flinner and Littlepage, but now they're both smiling. And the bomb. No. Just too far to the right. Gar had a good range, but it was just too far to the right of the glass, and that one's off of the end of the backboard. Look at that one. What a kick out from Gar to Applegate, and Parker with 4, and the Bulldogs up by 15. Stop and pop, and did not get the Plinko drop. And I didn't realize that rhymed until I said it. Union 52% from the floor this afternoon, so they've been very confident with their shooting, and that one's a nicely timed block on the inside. And Littlepage answers with a block of his own. They've got a 5-on-3 situation, and too high off the glass, but Littlepage down for the tip. Union by 17. The bomb is not there again, and it has been a cold past 4 minutes for Valdosta State. Littlepage charged with his first foul. And JT DeBuck will check back in. That's going to be an interesting combination to see DeBuck and RCA Victor in the same lineup. They're not usually in there together. And the foul will be on Applegate, his second. He could not back away on that head fake and committed his second foul, so that will send Eisler to the free throw line. He's hit the only two he's had so far tonight. And just pushed it. And the iron doesn't usually like it when you push it that hard. Union with a couple of reserves to check in. Steve Beverly enjoying being with you on this mid-December afternoon, and I hope it is a great day for you wherever you happen to be. Had some tough weather around the South Georgia region the last couple of days, and I hope it has improved. And he gets the friendly roll. And this is where Dave Niven loves to get a 2-for-1 or 3-for-1. And there's a steal. And that's going to be a goodbye. And that's one thing, you get down here and you're under 4 minutes and you've had a lead of 17. You don't want to see your team put on the brakes and suddenly make mistakes that will cost you that lead. Fall away by DeBuck. I don't know how he kept his balance, but that's just a trademark for JT. He has 7. Blazers staying behind the perimeter. And he's working one-on-one, lost it. Excellent defense on the part of Prug. We got another timeout. Union on top by 16. More in a moment.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Your life.
Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
And this is where you really look at your 3-minute offense and defense, as Coach Helfer is doing right now, and trying to encourage your team to go for turnovers wherever possible, because you would like to go to the locker room back to a single-digit deficit. Union again, once they retied the game at 14-all, has not surrendered the lead. And they have absolutely turned it upside down. Largest lead was at 41-24. But they've maintained this 4 and 5 possession lead down the road of this final 8 minutes of the second half as well. So it'll be Bulldog ball. And if I know Dave Niven's track record, they're not going to just start playing slow down to maintain this. And you can see it right here. And that time he's going to be called for traveling. I was afraid that JT might get that call the last time when he fell away and nailed the basket. But sometimes he gets a little bit too reckless and that foot just drags. And that's what happened there. Union has committed only 3 turnovers in the game so far. And working one-on-one against Little Page, and it doesn't drop. And boy, DeBuck can get down that floor quickly. Little Page plays way high, oftentimes right there at the top of the key, and that one is short. Flinner with another rebound. He's got 7. I know they wish they could convert those into points. Jump shot still will not fall, but the reverse follow-up is not there. And Union gets it with Little Page. Jeremiah with 7 rebounds, and right through everybody. It's like watching a glider with DeBuck, and he has 9. He and RCA Victor are the 2 leaders for Union and for the game. He faked the 3 and decided not to take it. And they're working against DeBuck, and JT will be charged with the foul. That'll be his second. Applegate and Pike each have 2. Rucker has 2 for Valdosta State. So Latrell Tate to the line. So far this season, a 62% free throw shooter. And a transfer from West Florida, who Union faced this past Friday night. He's from the Atlanta suburb of Marietta, where the Braves have their stadium now. And gets them both. That's what you want to see when you're late in a quarter like this and you're trailing double digits. Try to get some of it off with the shot clock and the game clock not operating. Bomb 3 short. And they tipped it rather than grabbed a hold of it, and that one's too short. And the foul will be charged to Prug. So the Blazers have been getting some help at the free throw line, trying to whittle this margin away. Flinner to the line. He has not been there today, but boy, he has been on the boards. 9 rebounds. He is hard to keep off the glass. And misses the front end. That one hurt if you're a Blazer fan. From the corner. Yes, sir. Well, RCA Victor is in double digits, and he leads the game. He's got 4 3-pointers. And let's see if they call the foul on the drive. It's still going to be a 1-and-1 situation. And actually what they're doing, they're coming over to take a look at the replay. So the teams are going over to talk to the coaches. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
They're playing one of my favorites, the Jeopardy Think music here while they took this unscheduled timeout as the officials are overlooking. I think what they're trying to look at to see if it was in any way a flagrant foul. But Union up by 19 at 48-29. And these two teams, frankly, you look at the totals on paper, appear to be dead even. And Coach Helfer and Coach Niven are having a long-distance conversation across the way. Well, we sit here. I wish I could give you a final Jeopardy answer and let you come up with a correct question, but Right now, I'm just waiting to see what this official delay is going to be. So far, right now, Victor is the leader in the game with 12 for Union, 9 for JT DeBuck, and 8 for Gar. For Valdosta State, Latrell Tate with 9 and Braxton Williams with 7. And they have held Bozer to a single basket in this game. And he comes in with an average of 14.5 a game. So they're going to need him a lot more in the second half. Dave Niven, just like Coach Helfer, is waiting on a decision off of this. Well, whatever it is, they have now decided and we are assuming that it is not a flagrant foul. They will play it on the side. So there's no shot, anything. So we're under a minute, and Union by 19. Faking the three was Tate. And again, he thought about it. Fall-away jumper, and just could not make it drop. But it was in the iron. And just willing his way in beyond Littlepage was Eisler. So Union could just about play it for the final shot, and Dave Niven is saying, indeed, do that. He just gave them a signal for one shot. They can run it down to about 1 second on the game clock. So you have Gar just taking his time. They kick it to the corner, and the jumper. Nope, the iron was unkind. Tried to get a volleyball tip back in. It didn't go, but Union has ended the first half, and Dave Niven certainly has to be pleased with the way the Bulldogs have developed on this one, as they are up 48-31, and particularly the final 8 minutes is where they went on just a tremendous run in this game, and their largest lead was 19 points just before the final basket that Valdosta State managed to commandeer. Let me give you the scoring rundown, and then we will get our calculators out and tally the team stats and bring that to you after our commercial break. But let's see how it goes right now. Latrell Tate is the leader for Valdosta with 9 points, and he has added 3 rebounds and an assist. 7 points for Braxton Williams and 5 for Eisler. And so that's how that has all developed. And hello, it's nice to see all of you here this evening. And Flinner, and you expect this from him because he's that kind. He's the leading rebounder on this team at 7 a game. He's already exceeded that with 9 rebounds, and he's had 4 offensive boards out of that total. So he's one you got to watch him, and I know they hope that he can convert some of those rebounds into more baskets in the second half. Rucker has had 6 in the game for Valdosta. For Union, a surprise player being the leader right now, and that is Isaiah RCA Victor with 12 points, and all of them have been three-pointers. He's 4 out of 7 from behind the arc. 9 points for JT DeBuck. So you've got the 2 guards that are just, they're getting it done here with 21 of Union's 48 points. 7 points for Lance Sarver, who is not usually one of the big scorers for Union. He is averaging so far 6.5 per game, but he's already exceeded that. Gar with 8. Again, somebody that you don't expect that from because that's not usually his strong suit being there, but he has really been giving a strong showing this afternoon. And Jeremiah Littlepage with 6 and give him 8 rebounds on top of that. So players are in the locker room to talk it over, and Union is ahead 48-31. We'll, as I say, get the calculators out and try to determine who is getting the edge in the team stats. Right now, we'd like for you to visit with some people that we think are very special. And that's the folks who make this telecast possible, our sponsors, and we'll be back right after you visit with them.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Your life.
Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
While we were away, Cowboy Curling, our maintenance engineer here, decided that he would start a new trend. And he had a young man down there with him who can't be more than about 4 or 5 years old. And Cowboy was literally pushing him along all over the floor. And it was a treat to watch. Oh, man. And that young man, he is always here trying to, you might see him in the far left of your picture. He's got the mop right now, actually. There you go, right there. But Cowboy had him and was just pulling him on the mop all the way around the floor. And there he goes. I'm telling you, you love to see the kids have a good time here at Gulf South Conference basketball. Let's take a look at our halftime statistics. And we'll try to sort out how this is all happening. This looks like the inverse of what happened in the women's game earlier, in which Valdosta State ended Union's 10-game unbeaten string 83-68. Union is pretty well dominating the stats in most of the key categories. 44% from the floor, 20 of 41. And then Valdosta State, 31%, 11 of 35. In three-point field goals, the Bulldogs are 8 out of 22 for 36%. The Blazers have not been able to get on the run with that. They're 2 out of 9 for 22%. Union has only had one free throw in the entire contest, missed it. Valdosta State, 7 out of 10. Rebounds are almost dead even between the two teams, and offensive boards, Valdosta State has a little bit of an edge, 6-4. And turnovers have not been a big factor. This has been a very cleanly played game because you haven't seen a lot of what many people would call silly turnovers in this game. Valdosta State's given it up 6 times, Union 3. But here is a category that can be a factor. Points that you score off turnovers, and Union has the edge on that 9-2. So those 7 points are a big factor in that 17-point lead that the Bulldogs have at this point. And the key thing also, looking at points in the paint, Union has been doing a lot of strong inside shooting. 20-10 is their edge in the paint this afternoon. So those are your halftime statistics, and we're delighted we can bring them to you here on Flow Sports. And I am enjoying just immensely being part of the Flow Sports team, and again, our local production team, which is Worthy Road Studios, that is led by executive producer Paul Schultze. And they're the folks who bring you the pictures here. And we appreciate them immensely. They're wonderful people to work with, as well as outstanding professionals. Let me also remind you that we will be back. We will not have a men's game for about 2.5 weeks coming here from Fred DeLay Gymnasium, but on December 28th, which is a Thursday, the Lady Bulldogs of Union will be taking in a non-conference game the challenge of Tennessee Southern. And if that name does not sound familiar to you, it is the former Martin Methodist College that is in Pulaski, Tennessee. And a decision was made just about 2 years ago for that college to literally be taken over by the University of Tennessee, and they have turned it into a branch campus there that has become very successful. And so it is from here about 2.5 hours, and they'll be coming in to take on the Lady Bulldogs in a single game. That'll be a 5:30 tip-off. For those of you who watch and want to know if you want to spend some time during New Year's week, we'd love to see you out here in person, but if you can't, then we'll have it right here on the Flow Sports app, 5:30 on December 28th. Union Lady Bulldogs trying to start a new string against Tennessee Southern, and that's an old rival that they had back when they were in the NAIA years and were part of the Trans-South Conference. But there you go. Some of these guys here just having a blast being a part of Sunday afternoon at Fred DeLay Gym. I once again, in case we don't get a chance at the end of this contest, want to wish you and yours an extraordinarily Merry Christmas. And I hope that you enjoy the fruits of the season with everyone that's in your family, your friends, and that it will be a very pleasant time. I hope some of you have some time off work that you can enjoy that. These players, I know, are going to enjoy having a couple of weeks off before they have to crank it back up when we hit the beginning of the new year. Actually, some of the teams, Union's one of them, that'll be on the road. It'll be a New Year's Eve game that they'll be playing. But we're about set to go here with the second half. Union again on top, 48-31. And ever since they surrendered the lead, Valdosta State surrendered the lead at 14-13, and they have not been able to get back in it, and Union pretty well dominated the final 8 minutes of the first half. And alternate possession will give the ball to Union first here in the second half. So get your apple cider, your hot chocolate, or whatever is close by, and enjoy this second half right along with us. And just had an opportunity, Lance Sarver tossing it in, just had an opportunity to meet his father at halftime here. And so many of the parents are down for this weekend. Some of them are going to be taking their young folks home. Big bomb three, and it won't drop. And they're going to scramble for it, and it's going to be, let's see what he calls. Did he call a foul? Now, it's going to be an alternate possession, but it will go to the Blazers. Or did he call a foul? Yeah, I think he's calling a foul on that. Well, it looks as though it's on Applegate, and that will be Parker's third, so he's going to sit down for a while. That's not what Dave Niven had hoped to happen, and frankly, it was a bang-bang play because it could have easily gone the distance of being a jump ball. Anyway, Blazers now with the opportunity for the first score. And it was knocked away by Littlepage and underneath. And I think this may be a two-shot foul. And that's Littlepage's second. So Dave won't take him out at this stage of the game. And here's Caden Bozer. In and out off the back of the iron. The Blazers for the season, a 62% free throw shooting team. They're doing better than that this afternoon. And he gets the second one. They've held Bozer to 3, the leading scorer for the Blazers. So here we go again with DeBuck, who really is like watching a quarterback out here, and going right down the lane and delivering. Jordan Pike and the Pikes Peak followers down at the bottom of the gym, that got them going. Got an opportunity to meet some of the Blazer fans, and some of them are parents of these players who are here. Got to meet some of them who made the trip up here. It is a long trip from Valdosta, Georgia to Jackson, Tennessee, but it was certainly nice to meet many of them. So many nice people when they come in here and visit with their teams, and it's always good to visit with them as we have the chance between games. And there you go, the one-hander for Littlepage, and he has 8, and Union is up by 20. I don't think anybody expected this. And the big bomb was short, and here comes DeBuck, and they're going to have to race him. And he dishes out, and it's short. And they let it cast aside. So checking the play from Coach Helfer, J.C. Clossy, and the former Bulldog manages to fire it through for his first basket of the afternoon. I think when he played for Union, there were 2 JCs and 1 JT on the team at the same time. We tried to get one of the JCs to change his initial. And we got a foul away from the ball. And apparently it's going to be an offensive foul that is charged. And it's Pike. That's going to be his third foul. And so they will immediately get Isaiah RCA Victor back into the game. Apparently they said Pike led with the elbow. Dave Niven did not like the call, and you could see by the expression on his face what his opinion was of it. And they're going to take it into the paint where they have not been that successful this afternoon. The 3 is there. Excellent stop and pop for Latrell Tate, who leads Valdosta State with 12 this afternoon. And Union taking it a little bit slower on this possession and going for the bomb. And that one is nowhere near for Victor. And after that 20-point lead, this is one of those things that you don't want to see if you're a Union fan. Suddenly unforced errors that allow the Blazers to check back into it. And there's plenty of time for them to do just that. And the foul is charged to Victor. It'll be his first. But already Union has committed 4 fouls in the first 3 minutes and 17 seconds of this second half, and so it makes them a candidate to put Valdosta State in the bonus very, very quickly. Blazers have not committed a personal foul so far. And he wanted to go with a fall away. Instead, they kick it back outside, and it's short. And Littlepage comes down with his 9th rebound. From the corner, high arcing 3, perfect form for Yvonne Frug for his first 3 of the game. And back to the 18-point lead. They're working one-on-one, try to go to the inside with that reverse hook. Tipped out last by, they say, Prug. He didn't agree, but he will not win that argument. Blazers with 17 on the shot clock. I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with Victor these last 2 games. Almost knocked away and blocked underneath, but the foul is going to be charged more than likely to Pike. Nope, they're going to charge this one to Sarver. That'll be his first, and before the shots are taken, we'll take time out with Union on top by 18.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
And Dave Niven having his conversation with the Bulldogs, and a lot of times what he talks about in the huddle is defense more than offense because of the fact there's certain looks that he wants to give at different times of the game. We had a chance to talk to him a lot about that during last season. And Coach Helfer, at this stage of the game, the most important thing for him is to try to keep his team focused and upbeat. Even though they're down 18, there's lots of time remaining. There'll be 3 more media timeouts, and plus each team has 3 team timeouts of their own, so there are plenty of chances to stop the clock. It would be for Union a huge emotional lift if they end up sweeping these 2 weekend games after really struggling. And Bozer with 4, they have one of the big factors in this game is that they have held him down, and that's 5, but they have held him to only 1 basket from the floor. And if you can do that to Caden Bozer, you have accomplished a lot. Quick release 3 that does not fall. And Littlepage instead tapped it right into the hands of a Blazer. And getting a very friendly roll off of that one. The spin goes in, and Tate has 14. He's basically taken control of this game for Valdosta State. That one was a little bit too cute on the part of DeBuck as he put it up too high off of the glass, and he's going to steal this one. Yes, and the foul. Now, are you going to tell me it's the NBA continuation rule? No, I don't think so, because he literally had extended his hand at the time the foul had been committed, and JT had all the concentration in the world to get that steal and go in about 2 hops to the basket. This place is like a morgue now. And he gets the 3-point play. He and Victor, the 2 guards with 24 points between the 2 of them, and Union back up by 17. And stop and pop is there. Excellent balance to hang on to that despite the fact that he was falling down as he shot. So they have taken 2 points off of the lead, and Victor is double teamed and knocked out. Williams tapped it out. So Union down to 9 on the shot clock. They haven't been able to get Littlepage open like this very often to work one-on-one, and he almost lost it. They're going to have to hurry now. And on the inside, it doesn't fall. And he steals it right back. And the foul is going to be charged to Bozer. And I don't think he liked the call. That is his first. Valdosta State has only committed 7 personal fouls in the entire game. Union 13. So Bulldogs retain it. They want to keep Littlepage where he can possibly get a one-on-one situation with Flinner, just like this. And he gets the sky hook. So Littlepage now with 10. And Bulldogs remaining in that 6-possession lead. And you could see the frustration on the part of J.C. Clossy as that one just went off his fingertips. And Union a chance to capitalize. Turnover number 9 for the Blazers. Firing, connecting. Sarver with 10. That's his second 3 of the game, and here's a steal, and they're going to have numbers. It's a 4-on-2 situation. Big bomb 3, yes! JT with 15, and Union the biggest lead yet at 22. And again, Blazers have just had some unforced errors in the last couple of minutes that have allowed Union to extend this lead to the biggest part yet. And that one was just way off the mark. And Littlepage, again, leading with 10 rebounds and wide open with a left-hand layup, and Valdosta State will take timeout. Coach Helfer says we've seen enough. 12:54 remaining, Bulldogs by 24. Well, this has been a tough 2-minute stretch for the Blazers. They had closed the lead down to 13. And now Union with the largest lead of the game of 24, 67-43. They have gone on a 12-2 run. And this is something that we haven't seen from this Union team a lot this season, to be able to package together baskets in succession and go on those runs. And for Valdosta State, it has been one of the challenges against the conference competition so far. Blazers 5-5 coming into today, but they have lost 4 out of 5 in the conference. And Dave Niven said at the end of Friday night's game against West Florida that he hoped that the team being able to finish and come away with a victory as they did, he was hoping that this would be something that they could build on. Well, that very well may be true, because this is looking very positive in that direction. But again, I remind you, there are close to 13 minutes remaining, and in all the years I've been calling college basketball, I've seen plenty of these things happen. They almost got another steal there. Bulldogs staying now in somewhat of a 2-3 zone. Down to 8 on the shot clock. and trying to get between the defenders, and it finally doesn't hang up. It falls beyond the lip and goes through, and Rucker has 8. Prug and Littlepage, that got him in the one-on-one matchup. This is what they want. And the reverse layup doesn't fall, but he draws the foul. And, Jeremiah is frustrated that one didn't drop. He's got a double-double today, though, with 10 points, 10 rebounds. This is his first trip to the line. For the season, he's an 85% free throw shooter. He has really improved on his numbers there, and he got it. Ma Littlepage down in Birmingham, I know, enjoyed seeing that one. And that gives him 36 points in the last 2 games. His offensive numbers are really taking a big move forward. And that one just curled out. And they scramble for it, and a nice job of concentrating by Bozer to get that one in the reverse layup. And he just took the quickest trip to the basket backwards. And Union trying to go with their disciplined offense, and it's the offensive foul that is charged. Moving in was Littlepage, and that'll be his 3rd. Timeout is called with 11:35 remaining. Union by 22. Back in a moment.
Is Old Frosty on its last legs? Don't wait until it's old and cold. Give your home and family the gift of comfort. A new York HVAC system with a free 10-year parts and labor warranty from McCoy's Heating and Air. Get the security and savings of a 10-year parts and labor warranty free with the purchase of qualifying systems. So you and your whole family can celebrate in comfort with the gift that keeps on giving. A new York HVAC system delivered by Santa and his merry team of technicians at McCoy's Heating and Air.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Well, it has been steady workmanlike play this afternoon for Union with this 22-point lead. 51% from the field. They're 10 of 28 for 36% in three-point shooting, but that is actually a slight bit better than what their average is of 34 for the season. 28 rebounds. They've trailing in the rebounding category, 28-32, but part of that is because they have made so many more baskets themselves. Blazers 35%. 17 of 48. They've had a hard time hitting it from outside today. 3 out of 12 for 25%. And that's been one of the big keys right here is because Union has put up 28 threes in this game, and the Blazers have only put up 12. And so for them to have a chance to get themselves back into contention in this one, you got to believe that they're going to need to have some threes and to get some in succession. Jumper, short. Just hang up on the edge of the lip. Jordovic in for the rebound as they're going to give Littlepage a rest with 3 fouls, and they can afford to do that at this point with this kind of lead. 5 freshmen on this Union team, but this is a big confidence builder if they can hang on and particularly win it by a substantial margin. Fall away jumper does not go. And they're going to have some numbers here. It's going to be a 4-on-3 and goes right through the hands of Bozer, and you could see the expression on the part of Isaiah Victor as instead of getting the steal, he stepped on the black line, and so it goes back to the Blazers. And I can see him right now. He's still hanging his head off of that one. So we're under 11 minutes. And they're going to work one-on-one against Sarver and get the basket. So Braxton Williams with 9. And he is getting close to his season's average of 10.5. And that one, bounce pass on the inside, was a little bit too dangerous. And they're going to call that foul on Djordjevic. They said he did not have position. And for Union, it was probably a good thing because even though that is the 7th team foul on the Bulldogs, it's probably a good thing because it was a piece of cake, too, that was coming, possibly even a stuff. So this is Bozer, and he gets it. You talk about a 76% free throw shooter and a guy who is very calm at all phases of the game. This is him. And smashes it home. Still an 18-point Union lead down from and this is 6 in a row, and there he goes, and the foul. Well, that ends the 6-0 run on the part of the Blazers. And I'm going to tell you, that's a happy guy down there in Gar because he's in double figures. He is the 5th Bulldog to get in twin digits this afternoon. And we still got just a shade more than 10 minutes remaining. And Devaki with the three-point play. DeBuck is the leader for Union with 14. Tate, the game leader, with 16. And the jumper is just too strong. That was good defense, actually, against that by Gar. And we've been hearing some names of people we don't ordinarily hear a lot of, and they have stepped up this weekend on the part of Union. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Now they're going to go for it. Djordjevic. That's not his strong suit. So the Blazers down 21, trying to see if they can make any kind of rally at all. The three is there. Bozer with 12 now, finally getting himself into double digits after he was held down to 3 at halftime. And the foul. No, instead, that's a violation, so it's going to be Blazer ball. Still time for a comeback in this one. My former colleague and fellow broadcaster who is now out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Jonathan Husky, he was the ultimate optimist for any team that was down, even by 20-plus points. There is a window that this team could still, with this much time left, have a chance to get back into it. Double spin move and wide open underneath. They fooled the defenders, and Flinner goes through with his second basket of the game. So again, another 5-0 run for the Blazers. Jumper, short. That's what could bring the Blazers back into the game because you get these, and they're going to go for the bomb and connect. And Dave Niven has seen enough, so it's down to a 13-point margin. He calls timeout. Yep, I don't have a crystal ball, but I can tell you there is a window for Valdosta State to come back. We'll see if they get inside that window after this.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through, They went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Blazers are now on a 14-3 run, and they've sliced what was at one point a 24-point lead, but from the most recent one, they've scored 8 in a row to take a 72-51 game down to 72-59, so it's a 5-possession game now instead of a 7-possession lead for Union. And Dave Niven, he's not going to let one of these things get out of hand, and some of this might be fatigue on the part of Union because we've seen a couple of defensive lapses back down at the opposite end of the floor. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. And, of course, we've got the 8 and 4 minute media timeouts that are still in play. But as we did say, yes, there is definitely a window of opportunity for the Blazers to get back in this one despite being down by 24 with 11:50 remaining in the game. Now, they're not going to go to all-court pressure, and we probably wouldn't see that unless this game got down to a 5 or 6 point margin. And that one, again, another lackadaisical pass, and I can tell you Dave Niven was not happy with that off the timeout. And he got it, and the foul. Off balance completely was Eisler. And I can't begin to tell you how difficult that is. And they're going to get Jeremiah Littlepage and Parker Applegate back in. They both have 3 fouls. But Niven says this is the time we got to have them back because he has the potential to cut this down to a single-digit lead. And less than 4 minutes ago, this game was 24. So that shows you how much they sliced off the lead in a period of about 3:45. Most of the starters are in now. Yeah, you're not supposed to have 2 guys that close together. The bomb. No, it doesn't go, and they can't get the follow shot. Goes back to Union with a new 20 on the shot clock and 7.5 remaining. Bulldogs were quite fortunate in that case because they were narrowly avoiding coughing up another rebound. Littlepage is going to, and he was fouled, and let me tell you, that was one. You saw Braxton Williams almost doing a lap around the building. So Union will play it. 15 foul now on the Blazers. So Union has had literally 3 opportunities in 1 possession. But this 1-3-1 zone has been stifling, and another foul is committed. So the next one puts Union in the bonus. And in the meantime, they have whittled off about 38 seconds on this possession. And DeBuck, I mean, they were right in his face. And the foul, that is going to put Union on the line. And it's going to be Jordan Pike, who has been held to 2 so far today. Union's only been to the free throw line 5 times in the entire game. So the freshman, there's a lot on him with the 1-and-1 here, but and he did not nail it. So Union used up about 45 seconds, but came away with nothing in that possession. Blazers calmly and quietly are trying, and that one just simply went away. Rucker thought he had somebody open. Now decision-making, particularly on the part of the guards, will be so critical for Union down the stretch. And that one's short. Again, Pike was going too far down to the deck on that one. And they scramble underneath, and the foul. No, it's a jump ball, and the alternate possession will go back to the Blazers with 6:21 remaining. So, yeah, 10 down with 6:21 to go. They have every opportunity to get back in this one and perhaps even win it. They come up with a 3 here, it would be huge. Almost back to midcourt. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Knocked away, and Union will play it. And that was a case of just simply, particularly in that situation, just not maintaining your composure and losing that one. So Martin will sit back down. So Union and Valdosta have whacked out about 1:50 off of the game clock with nobody scoring. And now we're under 6 minutes. And this is where you got to take some game. There you go. I don't know how you work the geometry on that one, but that was unbelievable as DeBuck, almost in one motion, one-handed. They're going to try for the 3, and they get it. It is now a 9-point game, single digits. They'll take 3 for 2 if they possibly can. And here is where defense will be critical for the Blazers. DeBuck, he was almost using a stiff arm. And that one is going back to Union. And that does not make Bozer happy. He thought that was off the hands of Pike. So Union will have a new 20. And again, DeBuck. Some of these young players are really being tested out here after frittering away a 24-point lead. Jumper. Good. DeBuck with 18. Gets it back to a double-digit lead. And that was a bump foul, and that'll be charged to Lance Sarver, his second. 9th team foul on Union, so it's a 1-and-1. And we're getting close to the final media timeout. We're 47 seconds away from it. So at the line, Latrell Tate. In and out. Big one for Union and a heartbreaking miss for the Blazers. Now again, if you're Union, the big key here is not to start playing not to lose, but trying to do what brought you to the dance. Jumper. Too much on it for DeBuck. Offensive foul. That is one of the rare ones that you'll ever see in that type of situation where DeBuck just literally was leaning, and that was a critical turnover on the part of the Blazers. So Sarver will play it in. And the pace of the scoring has definitely cooled down. Union has been held to only 7 points in the last 7.5 minutes of this game. Part of that testimony is to the Blazer defense. Getting close to the 4-minute mark. Inside to Littlepage, and he turned and twisted and spun it in. And that's what you call going to sleep on defense. And I can tell you Dave Niven didn't want to see that at all, to leave Bozer that wide open. Somebody missed an assignment. And that should get us to the media timeout. The foul is charged. And it looks as though it's on Rucker, and we'll find out if Union can convert the 1-and-1 after this.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
It was 48-31 Union at halftime, and a little less than halfway through this second 20 minutes, the Bulldogs had a 24-point lead and were dominating. But this Blazer team, you knew they were going to make a run, and they indeed did, and they actually closed it down to 9. Union will have it when we resume. And the Bulldogs' 50-plus shooting percentage has tailed off to 48.5. And at this point, the big key again for Union is trying to stay aggressive and not to make, as again my friend Jonathan Husky used to talk about, silly mistakes. So we're at the line. And in and out, but Littlepage high for the rebound. Offensive board so critical for the Bulldogs, and that was their 8th of the afternoon. And down the stretch is where you really need those. Down to 6. He falls away and hits. Littlepage with 16. He's had 40 points in his last 2 games. And the 3 just crashed out of there. And I think that's going to be Blazer ball. We're under 3 minutes. Union could not snatch the ball away, and so Blazers still have life in this one. They're going to have to hit probably a succession of at least 3 threes. Maybe not in a row, but they're going to have that if they have any chance of coming back in this one. Blocked beautifully. Applegate, tremendous defense, and Union gains control. And they will keep control after Rucker almost went up into the second row of the, the seats across the way. He wanted that one badly. It's what you love to see in a player, going after every loose ball, but hopefully keeping yourself healthy in the process. Trying to hold on for a second straight victory in the conference as much as important. And the bomb, it doesn't drop. Blazers still with a window of opportunity, and he threw it away. I think he was looking for Rucker, and Rucker was right down underneath, and instead he fired it right. And that is turnover number 14 for the Blazers, and it came at a highly inopportune time. Union has picked up 21 points off the Blazers' turnovers this afternoon, and this could add to that as we're getting under 2 minutes. And they give it back to Union. 14 on the shot clock. It's looking ever more as though it's going to be a Union victory, but the Blazers would have to get at least about 3 stops without Union scoring. And let's see what the call is here. Maybe they're trying to get the shot clock synchronized again, and I think that is what it is. All right, so the official is coming over to both officials, and they're going to look at it on the replay and try to determine where that shot clock needs to be synced at. Right now it's at 9. Tell you what, let's take a quick break and we'll come back.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Dave Niven, again, seeing him in that situation so many times over the years is just basically, and with this young team that he has with Little Page basically the leader, making sure that they stay poised and that they know mature, intelligent decisions to make. And Coach Helfer obviously is talking to his team about the potential of trying to force some turnovers, because really that's about their only hope at this stage of the game. Because Union is going to be in no hurry to try to put the ball up. They're still trying to sort out where the shot clock needs to be. And I'll one more time remind you, as the fans stick around and wait on this final minute 53, we want to remind you that our next telecast from Fred DeLay Gym on Flow Sports will be, and there's part of our camera crew right there. Our next telecast is going to be on Thursday, December 28th, 5:30 will be airtime, as the Lady Bulldogs, who were, and oh my, this is, I wish we hadn't seen that, but my man up here right next to us, and he's trying to get some energy in him. But Lady Bulldogs will be trying to get back to the winning ways after being knocked astray by Valdosta State, ending their unbeaten string, 83-68 in the game right before this one. And they'll be taking on Tennessee Southern in a non-conference game, and that'll be the last non-conference outing of the season for them. So we hope you will join us for that, and it will be a lot of fun to have you on board. And by that time, you will have looked under your tree and found out what happens to be there. And we really do hope all of you have a marvelous Christmas wherever you are. And I hate to editorialize on something like this. This is one of the things that I know that frustrates people about replays in situations like this. You want to get it right with the clock. And they've now finally gone to 8 seconds on it. But we just lost 6 minutes right there trying to sort through this, and it kills the momentum of the last 2 minutes of the game by doing that. End of comment. Here we go. Bulldogs with it. And the bank shot goes astray, and getting it down and trying to rally late here. They got to put one up quickly, and they do. Williams with 18 to lead the Blazers. It's a 10-point game. They're probably going to have to foul. And you're going against a guy right there that can hold on to the ball forever. Union going to work as much time off as they possibly can. 12 on the shot clock. And on the inside, that was too quick. Applegate had somebody open to the left, and he didn't see it. And blocked. But the follow is there. It's an 8-point game with 62 seconds remaining. Blazers take another timeout. We will take one as well.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Well, with this game down to 8 points, what's going to be interesting to see is if Mike Helfer decides to go all-court pressure. And it indeed looks as if he is, because they're going to try everything they can, including committing foul. And Union just completely threw it away. And if you're a Union fan, that one hurt. If you're a Blazer fan, you're celebrating because no time went off the clock. They could close this down to 5. We are under a minute. They're going to work one-on-one, and the hook rolls off. And underneath, we got a 6-point game, folks. Bozer with 16, and Union's going to have to hurry to get this one in. And they do to Littlepage, but he has to have help. And the foul is committed. That 24-point margin has evaporated down to 6. And Littlepage is going to be under pressure. That is the 10th team foul, so he will have 2 opportunities, but Littlepage is under pressure to deliver at least one of these. And as we often say, we will watch it with you. No good. And yes, the window of opportunity is still there. This is crucial for both teams. And missed them both. And let's see what that call is. And the foul is called on Rucker. So that was in the lane. And so even though the Blazers got the rebound and Mike Helfer is arguing that call, it's going to send Jordan Pike to the line. He's missed his only one today. He'll have 2. And big one. Makes it a 3-possession game. He gets this one. It would take 3 threes for the Blazers to win. Huge. Pike with 3 points. Big one from the corner is not there. And it goes off of the chest of Gar, who is frustrated with himself for not collecting it, and still 43 seconds remain. Now, it would be okay for them if they went for a 2 at this stage, but they're still going to have 2 more threes to send it to overtime. Taking a lot of time with this one. Offensive foul. Perfect position. Eisler committed, and Pike had the position, and so the turnover is the 14th for the Blazers, and Mike Helfer is not happy with that call. They're still in the full court pressure, and he did commit the foul. And that one may do it with 29 seconds remaining, unless Mike Helfer decides to try to ice DeBuck. JT is a 65% free throw shooter, but he's hit his only one today. He's tied with Williams and Tate as the game leader with 18. And again, we'll watch it with you. I'll tell you what, it's as quiet as most school teachers want their classrooms to be whenever he's at the line. The lead is 10. So Blazers in desperation mode at this stage. Almost stolen by DeBuck. And almost stolen again by JT. And they're just using way too much time, and the foul is going to be charged to Union, and it's going to be on Gar. But frankly, it's not a bad foul because with 13 seconds remaining, it finally looks as though this one is at hand because it's a 4-possession game, and they could only close it by 2. Tate to the line and gets it. 19 points. And he does it. It's an 8-point game. But this is where it would have to be miracle time. And they got a 2-on-1, and I don't think they are going to try to put up another shot. And the Blazers are going to back up and wave the flag as the teams shake hands with each other, and that will do it. Game, set, and match. Union's Bulldogs, even though they were pressed at the end after losing a 24-point lead, won it 84-76. Let me wrap up the totals for you. 20 points for Latrell Tate for Valdosta State, 14 for Caden Bozer. They really kept him throttled in the first half, and he came on strong in the second half and was strong 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 18 points for Braxton Williams and 10 for Rucker. So those were your totals for the Blazers as far as the leaders are concerned. For Union, JT DeBuck matched Tate with 20 points. He was the leader for Union that had 5 players in double figures. 16 for Jeremiah Littlepage, which gives him 40 in the last 2 games. He was 7 of 8 from the floor. He had a double-double with 11 rebounds. And then 12 for Isaiah RCA Victor. Most of his damage was in the first half, but he had 4 3-pointers in the game. 11 points for Dakari Gar. And then 10 for Lance Sarver. And it was a tremendous effort all the way across the board. We're going to give the player of the game honors for this one to JT DeBuck because he played 27 minutes out of this game and made the most of it across the board. And so he is our choice for player of the game today. And our congratulations to him and to the Union Bulldogs for taking this one tonight. And they now have moved to 5-5 to even up their season record, and 2-4 in the Gulf South. Valdosta falls to 5-6, and they are 2-5 in the conference. So we have enjoyed having you with us this afternoon and evening, and we hope that your Christmas season will be blessed and merry across the board. And so until we're with you again on the 28th, and that'll be when the Union Lady Bulldogs will take on Tennessee Southern right here on the Flow Sports app. This is Steve Beverly saying so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee, where the final score was Union 84, Valdosta State 76. This has been a presentation of Flow Sports, the Gulf South Conference, and its member institutions. Good night and Merry Christmas, everybody.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.